Good morning to all the participants. Let me introduce myself. I'm Revati, moderator to this FDP and assistant professor in IT department, Vienna Vijayati. A very warm welcome from the Department of Information Technology, VNR Vignana Jyoti Institute of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad, Telangana, to all who are attending this faculty development program on exploring machine learning and deep learning algorithms for natural language processing applications. And it is sponsored by AICT New Delhi under ATAL Academy. I consider it a great honor to welcome the delegates and participants. Principal Dr. C.D. Naidu sir, VNR Vignana Jyoti, Dr. B. Channakeshwar sir, Director for Advancement and Dean Administration, VNR Vignana Jyoti, Dr. D. Srinivasrao sir, Associate Professor and Head of the Department and also Coordinator for this FDP, Mr. Abhijit, Copper Cloud IO Technology Private Limited, peer reviewer for this FDP. We welcome you all to this inaugural ceremony of ATAL FDP. Prayer is talking to God Almighty, the creator of whole universe. So let us start this day by remembering our God and a prayer. I would like to invite our student, Lasya, to start this program by a prayer song. Over to you, Lasya.
Thank you. महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दित महागणपतिम् महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकदे प्रियम् महाकाव्यनाटकदे प्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महाकाव्यनाटकदे प्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि मनसा स्मरामि. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lasya, for a great morning start. Now, let me give you a brief of this program, what it is exactly about. AICT, in its endeavor to encourage academic excellence in technical education, has taken several quality initiatives, which also include enhanced impetus on the development of the faculty teaching in colleges across the country. ATAL Academy is one such initiative that has been conducting various faculty development programs for imparting, upgrading faculty knowledge in emerging thrust areas like IoT, machine learning, artificial intelligence, robotics, blockchain, renewable energy, augmented and virtual reality. In regard to this, VNR Vignana Jyoti is conducting online 5-day FDP on exploring machine learning and deep learning algorithms for natural language processing applications. On this occasion, we would like to request respected Principal Sir Dr. D. C.D. Naidu Garu, VNR Vignana Jyoti, to address the participants with his words. Over to you, Principal Sir.
Thank you, Ma. Good morning to everybody. Today's guest Abhijit and Director Dr. D. Channakeshwar Rao Garu, Srinivas Rao Garu, Head of the Department, and Faculty of IT Department, and participants to the workshop. A warm welcome for this today's morning 5-day workshop sponsored by AICTE on apt natural language processing algorithms applications. So mission deep applications on natural language processing. 5-day deliberations will have impact on the research that faculty do on natural language processing domain area. So I wish good luck for great learning in these 5 days. And I also thank AICTE for sponsoring this workshop for 5 days and for conducting, congratulations for conducting IT department and B. Srinivasrao and his team for organizing this 5-day event uh, online FTP program through ATAL Academy. It should help deliver and useful presentations by experts on these days. Thank you for opportunity. And,
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Principal Sir. It will be a great pleasure for us to listen to you again, sir, and your words were indeed. Thank you once again, sir. Now, we would like to request Dr. B. Chennakeshwarao Garu, Director for Advancement and Dean Administration, to enlighten the participants with his words. Over to you, Director, sir.
Thank you, Madam. Good morning to all of you. Respected Principal Garu, C.D. Naidu, and Srinivasrao Garu, Head Department of IT, and Revati Madam, and all other faculty members, whoever associated with this program, my dear delegates and ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to thank the department for organizing this FDP program, 5-day FDP program, on exploring machine learning and deep learning algorithms for natural language process applications from 22nd to 26th of this month. So in this connection, I would like to thank AICTE for giving us to conduct this 5-day FTP program on this particular topic. I also thank all the delegates. I think without their support, it is not possible to organize any event successfully. And I also thank all the experts who have come forward voluntarily to deliver the lectures during this particular 1 week. And in this connection, I would like to request all the delegates, please try to attend all the sessions without missing even single session, so that definitely you're going to enrich your experience in this particular process. And today, I think everybody is talking about only machine learning, deep learning, and IoT, cyber security, and all these are all the upcoming courses actually. And everybody is talking, especially even the student community also, everybody is, I think, rushing to only these courses. So definitely there is a need of learning all the skills that are required in this particular area to impart knowledge in those domains. So as for BNR BJT is concerned, I think we are giving top priority for all these measurement technologies. I think we have coined as in measurement technologies, all these technologies. And so I think we have conducted many programs in these particular areas during the last couple of years. So that way our people are already have experience in this particular field. So majority of our faculty, especially computer science and IT, electronics and communication departments, they are already doing a lot of research in this particular domain, especially machine learning and deep learning process. So definitely our people, I think, do more research and try to publish, especially publications as well as the patents in this particular area. But as for the delegates, I think it is your duty to explore what are the applications that I think some people might have already, I think, identified their research potential areas. And please try to interact with the experts. I think the experts we have drawn from IIT, NITs, and IIIT, and from our own institution also. So please try to interact with your whatever the queries that you have in your mind with the experts, and try to require whatever the information that is required for completing your research work in this particular domain. And as for I think case studies also, that is very, very important. Please, all of you, identify at least 1 or 2 case studies and discuss in this particular platform. And so with that, I think definitely they'll get rich experience in this particular field. So once again, I thank all the organizers for giving this opportunity to speak few words. I hope, I think you're going to enjoy this 1 week, and finally at the end of the day, definitely you're going to learn many algorithms which are available as and today in the natural language process applications. So that way, I think you can share whatever the knowledge that you're going to gain in this particular week with your fellow friends later on, and that way I think we can disseminate the knowledge in this particular area. I wish you all good luck. Thank you once again for all the organizers.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you once again, sir, Director, sir, for enlightening us with your kind words of wisdom. Thank you so much. Now, it will be a privilege for me to invite Dr. D. Srinivasrao Garu, coordinator of this head FDP and head of the department Information Technology, VNR Vijnana Jyoti, to share his views and bless us with his kind words. Over to you, Srinivasrao, sir.
Okay, good morning to everyone. Respected Principal Sir, Dr. C.D. Naidu Garu, Director Sir, Dr. B. Kanakeswara Garu, all the participants and my department colleagues. On behalf of VNR Vijnana Jyoti Institute of Engineering and Technology, I am welcoming you all for 5-day ATAL faculty development program titled Exploring Machine Learning and Deep Learning Algorithms for Natural Language Processing Applications. I should thankful to AICTE Training and Learning Academy, ATAL, who are giving the opportunity to conduct faculty development programs on cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, Internet of Things, cloud computing, cybersecurity applications. And these are the mezzanine, or we can say that the contemporary and the most demanded domain of research which are required, especially for the faculty who are working for computer science and engineering and information technology departments. Let me introduce about my department, Information Technology, from the role of head of the department. Department of Information Technology established in 1997 with the intake of 60, and in 2017 it is increased to 180 students of intake. We are having a postgraduate program titled Computer Networks and Information Security, initiated in the year 2013. We have the eminent faculty who are working on different areas of research: bioinformatics, software engineering, image processing, machine learning and deep learning applications, algorithms and time complexity analysis, and cloud computing. There are eminent faculty who are completely focused on research areas. As the outcome of their research, we are able to publish good works in the highly indexed journals on the conference proceedings. As a total, the Department of Information Technology are having nearly 3,300 citations altogether. Of 43 faculty we are having, the department is enriched with 11 PhD holders, and remaining people are pursuing, and they are in various stages on the different areas of research. On the guidance of Principal Sir, Director Sir, and Vijnana Jyoti management, we are able to learn the things in advance and which are required for the students, as we need to give the better inputs for their career settlement and to meet their objectives. We are following the same things, and we are trying our level best to do our job in a focused way. And our faculty are doing their academic task and research task on their own interest, and they are able to produce the outcomes in the satisfied manner. And we have 3 professors who are guiding us in all the aspects: Dr. G. Suresh Reddy Garu, Dr. N. Mangatayar ma'am, and Dr. G. Madhu. These are the 3 professors are guiding us in all the way to run our department in a successful path. And I should thankful to my co-coordinator, Revati ma'am, and other faculty who are supporting me and who prepared all these things in the direct manner and indirect manner to have the day is possible to start with the inauguration for this ATAL sponsored faculty development program. On behalf of program coordinator, FDP coordinator, let me tell you about the FDP in glance for 2 minutes. as the titled Exploring Machine Learning and Deep Learning Algorithms for Natural Language Processing for its applications, we have selected speakers based on their research area, and we have scheduled like this on this morning from 10 to 11:30. Myself, Dr. D. Srinivasarao, as faculty coordinator, and are going to be delivering the session on machine learning techniques for NLP, followed by the text classification. And from 11:30 to 1, Dr. Damodar Reddy Garu, NIT Goa, are going to be deliver the session titled Research Scope in Natural Language Processing. In the afternoon, we have the speaker from Mahindra University are going to be delivered session titled Deep Learning for Document Summarization on hands-on session that gives you the practical scope of deep learning in the way of summarizing the document as it is associated with the text classification. Then tomorrow morning from 10 to 11:30, we have the speaker, Dr. C.H. Ramalinga Swami Garu from NIT Warangal, are emphasizing on supervised models for natural language processing, followed by 11:30 to 1 session. The speaker is J. Sirisha ma'am from TCS Hyderabad, on which the sequence-to-sequence tasks which are to be prepared with the help of the attention models, which is the focused step to conduct the research on the NLP applications. In the afternoon session, we have the speaker, Dr. N.C. Naveen from JSS Academy of Technical Education, Bangalore, are going to be emphasis on the title Deep Learning for Dialogue Systems. Then on Wednesday, first session, the speaker is Dr. G. Madhu, Professor, VNR VJIT, Hyderabad, are going to be focused on the topic CNN models for NLP with the mapping of hands-on session to explore and to give you the more insights from the text context. Followed by there is a instruction to conduct the life's building skills. Based on that particular instruction, we have scheduled the session on mental and emotional development taken by the Dr. Muhammad Anwar Mia, the Kakatiya Medical College, Warangal, with associate professor in that particular department. And in the afternoon of Wednesday, the speaker, Dr. C.H. Ramalinga Swami Garu from NIT Warangal, are going to be stress on the deep learning models for natural language processing and what are the various algorithms available to deal with the research on NLP. On Thursday, first session, we have the speaker, Dr. Somaraj Garu from NIT Partner, is going to be delivered the session specified on the building sequence labeling, which are required as part of knowing the summary of the text to decide what particular context it is meant for. Then we have the session from 11:30 to 1 from the speaker, Dr. K. Satyababu Garu, IIIT Karnool, on the title schedule, Deep Learning for Machine Translation, which is the one where we are seeing in various applications of Siri, Alexa, and other Google Translator platforms. From 2 o'clock to 3:30, we have the session titled Multilingual Zero-Shot Learning from the speaker, Dr. Sunny Rai. She is from Mahindra University, Hyderabad. We're going to be deliver the session for multilingual usage in the NLP applications. Then on Friday, the last day of the FDP, the session titled Autoencoders and GANs for Image and Video Captioning is the one which is required for sentiment analysis and recommendation system from the speaker, Dilip Purohit Garu from EBTS Thane, Maharashtra, followed by the session titled Trends and Applications of Machine Learning for NLP, specifically confined, from the speaker, Dr. Damodar Reddy Garu, NIT Goa. And in the afternoon session, 2 to 3:30, it is scheduled for validatory and online assessment of the FDP. So I thankful to all the participants who are actively registered, and the same activeness is expecting throughout this 5-day FDP. I'm expecting you to present all the sessions and take the content from the sessions. If you have any queries, it is welcome you all to rectify are to explore all your queries from the speakers, and we are guaranteeing that you will get the important insights of NLP to carry forward your research in a specified field. We are trying to give you all the inputs from various sources of like data sets availability, the research problems are possible in the NLP, and other platforms where you can carry out your research either for academic purpose or for the uh, pursuing the research in the specified domain. I welcome you all on the particular 5-day FDP, and happy learning, and wish you all the best for your expectations. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom. And it will be a great pleasure for us to listen to you again in our future events also. I think it surely helps all the participants to understand the objective of this training. Thank you once again. Let me give you a brief about this FTP, what it is exactly about. And have you ever wondered how your personal assistant like Siri is built? Do you want to make it on your own? Yes, super. Let us talk about natural language processing. The ultimate aim of NLP is to read, understand, and decode human words in a valuable manner. Most of the NLP techniques depends on machine learning to obtain meaning from human languages. Okay, now we get it. NLP plays a significant role in our daily computer interactions. Let us take a look in machine learning and deep learning techniques which are used in NLP applications. If you have ever wondered who can learn this machine learning and deep learning techniques for NLP applications, the answer is yes, you can. And if you have asked yourself where to learn NLP, here is your answer, this FTP. And it teaches you among other things like machine learning and deep learning techniques for NLP. I request all the participants to kindly attend all the sessions of FDP for valuable take homes and knowledge addition. Thank you all. Thank you all to for attending this inaugural ceremony of FDP. Thank you once again to Dr. C.D. Naidu, sir, principal, Dr. B. Channakeshwar, sir, director for advancement and dean, and Mr. Abhijit, Copper Cloud IO Technology Private Limited, as a peer reviewer for this FDP, and Dr. D. Srinivas Rao Garu, head of the department. Thank you once again for this for attending this inaugural ceremony of FDP. And I request all the participants and principal sir, director sir, to switch on your cameras to take a screenshot. All the participants and the delegates, I request all of you to switch on your cameras to take a screenshot, as we need to upload as a proof in ATAL portal. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you all for attending this ceremony. Thank you once again.
Congratulations, Dr. D. Srinivasarao Garu and Revati Garu for conducting this FDP. All the best for all the who are being joined for this FDP. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Dr. G. Suresh Reddy, sir, Professor, IT Department, Vienna Vignan Jyoti, for your blessings, sir. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, how attendance will be taken?
Yeah, sir, we will send you attendance come feedback link every day. At the end of the session, we'll send you, sir. Feedback form link will be sent through your WhatsApp, and in Google Meet also will send.
Okay,
Please
ma'am.
share the recordings of everyday sessions, ma'am,
Yes,
so
yes.
that we can refer.
Yeah, we'll take the recording sessions and we'll forward the same sessions to your registered mail ID, sir. We'll do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Now we'll be back soon to have the session. The first session, session 1, is about machine learning techniques for NLP and text classification by Dr. D. Srinivas Rao, sir. We'll be back soon. Welcome you once again. So day one, session one is about machine learning techniques for NLP and text classification. So this talk will be delivered by Dr. D. Srinivas Rao, sir. So before session starts, I would like to give a brief introduction about our honorable speaker today. Dr. D. Srinivas Rao, sir, Associate Professor, Head of the Department Information Technology, VNR Vijnana Jyoti, Hyderabad. He holds PhD in 2017 in the specialization of CSC titled Quality Assessment of Iterative Image Fusion based on Neurofuzzy and Unsupervised Image Classification from JNTU Kakinada, MTech from JNTU Hyderabad in 2007, and BTech from Nagarjuna University in 2000. He worked as a research scholar in Everest Laboratory at University of Udine, Italy from January 2017 to January 2007 to December 2008 as part of MOU between JNTU Hyderabad and University of Udine, Italy. And he delivered a talk as a keynote speaker in the Data 2020 conducted in April. He has 17 years of experience. 30 papers are published in various journals and conferences. He is a guest editor for the journal titled Machine Learning in Data Mining, Data Analysis and Data Science, and session chair for special track Contemporary Issues and Challenges in Real-Time Image Processing Applications. He is also as a reviewer for Journal of Computer Science, European Journal of Remote Sensing, International Journal of Image and Data Fusion, Multimedia Tools and Multimedia Applications. He delivered guest lectures, expert and invited talks in AACT sponsored FDPs, STTPs, and workshops in various organizations. His basic research interests are artificial intelligence, computer vision, machine learning, deep learning, data science, shadow removal, motion tracking, image classification. He guided 20 undergraduate projects and 7 postgraduate projects. He also successfully completed the research project titled Image Fusion using Fuzzy and Neurofuzzy Logic from AACTE, and also RPS during 2011 to 13, and also received STTP from AACTE in 2020 and received FDP grant also. Recently completed the project funded by JNTU Hyderabad TechWhip and a collaborative research scheme and explored deep learning models. With the long list of his achievements and glory, I would like to invite Dr. D. Srinivas Rao, sir, to deliver the session on machine learning techniques for NLP and text classification. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you for your kind introduction. I hope that my screen is visible to you all. Yeah, is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir. You can continue.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. As part of the titled Exploring Machine Learning and Deep Learning Algorithms for Natural Language Processing Applications, first let me focus on the introduction to natural language processing. What are the various applications we have in that domain? And as part of exploring all these applications, the primary task required is text classification. That is why my outline or agenda is to focus on introduction part to the natural language processing that includes NLP stages or steps required, and what is the sequence of steps to be followed when you want to work out with the text classification. That is the important concept for great many applications of NLP. What are the challenges are which we have to be focused on and which we need to be handled perfectly to reach the specified outcome. By keeping these points in the mind, the slides are prepared to deliver the content. Right. So we have the buzzwords artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning, which we are frequently using it and listening to. And these are the three technologies which are commonly associated with our titled Exploring Machine Learning and Deep Learning Algorithms for Natural Language Processing Applications. Right. So in this context, we have deep learning, which is the subset of the machine learning. Machine learning is the subset of artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is the superset for all these subdomains. So mainly artificial intelligence will tells you how the system could able to perform the activities like human being, because human being having the common sense, flexibility, and a dynamic reasoning capability. With the same capabilities, how we need to use the machine that should able to perform computations and outcomes to be as equivalent to, as much refined to the human decisions. It's a broad domain. It is very high in the prospect of achieving it, under which we have the subset is called machine learning. So what is machine learning? The title implied that the machine should have the capability of learning. Always it is focusing on learning from experience rather than giving the inputs from external world. No external programming is required to learn the concepts dynamically. What we are expecting from machine learning is learning from its experience. That's all. So learning from experience is the word having a higher weightage, and it comprises many steps to be followed to achieve finally. And it has some limitations in terms of features which we need to consider in the processing should be selected, it should be extracted, and the size of the data set which we can use in the machine learning is limited. So whenever feature selection and feature extraction is the complex task, and which we want to give it to the program automatically based on the inputs we are taking, and dimensions of the inputs is very high, then we go for deep learning. That is the name, deep learning. Insights, more insights to be done to get the final output. Like that, like we have the layers in the flower of the cabbage, are the layers which we have in any product that is built. So when you have to see the insights of the particular image or input what you are taking for your process, then we should go for deep learning. When we have the broad selection and the primary classification or regression, then we go for machine learning. Whenever we have these subsets and these members are taken from the family called artificial intelligence, which is associated with great many engineering domains and other domains also, may not be engineering. So as we start with, let me tell you what do you mean by natural language processing and what are the features of that, and how the text classification is required in further applications of NLP. So as we know, the common definition for language is, what is the purpose of language? I can say it is for communication. So language is for representing your understanding. Irrespective of the language, the outcome is fixed. That is called communication. Exchange of words, exchange of the knowledge, exchange of the known things. That is called language. Then what is the purpose of it? It is for understanding, it is for generation, it is for translation, and etc. The understanding is mapping from input to the more useful form. Means to say, what you are getting the content from the language it is received by. So what type of components which are participated here? It is the source that may be or may not be familiar to you. If it is not familiar to you, we need the translator to translate into the required format. It is called the target representation. the mapping between elements of each other, right? So if you have this particular common definition, the language is for communication, the communication is for exchange of words, then what is natural language processing? The natural language processing is confined to the source of representation, the source of communication, and the source of the speaker. It's the process information contained in the natural language context. Maybe different languages with respect to your domain, with respect to your region, with respect to your geographical area or the continent, it can be defined. It can be known as the computational linguistics. Means the words that can be computed, the words that can be processed, the words that can be mapped to the outcome specified. The human language technology and the natural language engineering. We know engineering is called analyzing, designing, building, maintaining, and sustaining. So here we are going to be engineer the natural language. Here our building blocks are words of the sentence. Sentence is part of the paragraph we have taken from the document. Here, the natural language processing is the field of artificial intelligence. It is the one required in great many contexts to enrich the outcome and to enrich the satisfaction of the end user. Without using AI, we can do that, but the efficiency of the outcome, the satisfaction of the outcome, and accuracy of the outcome may not up to the mark. So if you want to refine your outcomes, if you want to have a dynamic response and acceptable response, we need artificial intelligence. It is the umbrella that covers many components, out of which NLP is the context we are talking about. It is the power of linguistics, the words, computer science to be mixed, to process and to map it and to bring out the best credentials what we have in that, and it create the intelligent system. That system could able to take the entire document and process it properly and extract the important information within the no time. We can apply all these tasks from the human perception, but it is a time consuming process to do all these steps. So what I need is, I need the intelligent system that runs on machine learning and NLP algorithms that capable of analyzing and extracting the meaning from the text and speech, because the size of the text and speech may not be small at all the context, and we may not have the sufficient time to do all these things. So I should have the system that able to perform all these operations for me. And the source of this content taken is, we have an online platform called Monkey Learn. They are explored natural language processing steps, applications, challenges, and implementation issues in very detailed manner, from which I have taken this particular content. Apart from the specified functions, NLP is to understand the structure. The structure can be sentence. Sentence comprises words. Words comprises characters, which are prepared based on syntax and the semantic in nature. So it has different aspects of natural language processing that we will detail covered in the coming slides. This particular real-time application, I can tell you to give the immediate understanding is, if you can take the Gmail, for example, emails are automatically categorized as promotions, as social related applications, the primary concern, or the spam. For example, we have sent you the mail indicating that register for the particular FDP. So what you will get is, there is the facility from the Gmail. They are called promotional items. There you are getting, I'm interested to register. I have registered, or thank you for your invitation. They are called the mail promotions. For example, I have initiated the meeting schedule. I have communicated with all delegates required, and immediately you have the promotions of email stating that I will be attending the meeting on the given schedule. Thanks for your invitation call. So these are the one are possible because of the enrichment and the progress of NLP. Actually, you need not to think about what is the response should I give to the mail. As the mail system have the intelligence system that can able to read the content of the mail and understand what is required, and it is preparing the response from our perception to give it to the mail sender. That is the greatness of NLP. It is happening and available right now. The NLP task, it is called keyword extraction. So what are the important keywords? Not the articles, not the connectors, not the determinants. It is focusing on the keywords: meeting, schedule, place, date, on topic. These are the important keywords, not a and the, by the, on the, or for the, at the. These are not. So that particular keyword extraction is properly recognized by NLP processing system. It reading the words in subject lines and associating with the predetermined tags, and it is preparing the response automatically. It is called machine learning. Machines automatically learn which category assign emails. It is the one we have as of now. Or in the future, you may get the email with the much attachments, and it is a bigger in size of the content. And just by having the system that will read the content for you, and with your guidance, with your instruction, it will send a quick response to the mail sender. We have the system to give all these things in specified domains, and which we are going to be used in the future very frequently. There are many benefits. You might have the question, why should I start research for NLP? Why should I do my academic content with respect to the NLP? Because we have the top level benefits that we can have to be emphasis on this context. That is, the perform the large scale analysis. So irrespective of the content you have and the documents which you have prepared, we have the machines that automatically understand and analyze. Analyzation is required. What is the content of the document? For what purpose it is prepared? And what is the suitable response it is to be ready with us or to be prepared? That can be done in context of analyzation. That analyzation comprises understanding the huge content that may not be structured, may not be in the tabular form, may not be in the format specified, may not be in the form what we are expecting, but the system could able to understand this unstructured data. You know, social media content is the best example I can say, which is not structured. Though the users of social media are common in the platform, but users of the social media and posting of the messages, attaching the files, posting the images, and recommendation systems may not be structured, may not be uniform. But due to the progress of the NLP systems, we could able to convert into and present into the common platform. That is the greatness. That's defined, perform large-scale analysis. Then automate the processes in real time. So it emphasizes on the usage of the tools that can help the machines to learn, to sort and route the information with little to human interaction. So that is going to be tell you what is the objective of the content you received and what is the response we are expecting, and that response is very comprehend to the communication system. So that can be done within the stipulated time with the refined response. That is possible in the aspect of automate process. You can read the document received, you can understand or comprehend it, you can respond it. But if you want to do all these things in the regular manner, it may not be effective in the stipulated time. Especially you take the Google servers, search engines. The search engines or contribution is appreciable in the context of automating the process. In the process automation system, how many documents they have equipped with at their server side, and how they are able to comprehend your query and how they are responding quickly. That is the greatness of automated process in the real time. Then the tailoring the NLP tools to your industry, that is called the specific contribution to the domain. That is the natural processing algorithms which are tailored to your needs. That can be a social media usage, the mail response system, or the academic system you are working on, or the research purpose you prepare our system to extract the importance of the document. May not be in the structured format, may not be in the stipulated format given to you. It like the complex industry specific applications, even for sarcasm and the misuse of the words, especially if you are working with the sentiment analysis applications, where there will be different aspect of responding. The product recommendation system, the music recommendation, movie recommendation system are supporting the person who initiated the mail or opposing the post. All these things are comprising with the usage of the words in a acceptable manner. There is a simple flow I want to give you that is called NLP workflow. That is, so this is first one is the document, that is the initial content we have. It is the source format from which we have the algorithm to extract the important features or attributes, or it is called column heads if it is the table. In general sense, I am talking. Out of which, what are the important attributes you are identified? For example, this is the document comprising geometric sizes: a circle, triangle, square, pentagon, hexagon, something like that. So what are the features you have extracted and what you want to comprehend from them, and how should you are able to use them? So once you use them and you have ready with your algorithm, either for classification or regression, from that you are going to be give the tag that can say these are all geometrical figures. That is the way of identifying it. So whenever I have the input text I have given, what are the features extracted, how could I understand about them, and what is the tag, suitable tag I should give it to that. That is called tagging. The tagging is the outcome of NLP, natural language processing, either for recommendation or for comprehension or for giving the stat numerical value it is supporting with that. So here I have the text in the format and the keywords are extracted. What are the important keywords should I consider for my processing? And if it is the tag already known, maybe the document related to politics, document related to sports, document related to movies, document related to education system, National Education Policy 2020, right? So what if the tag it is given to the document already? From that, the machine could able to learn if these are the features, this is politics. These are the features, this is sports. If these are the features, that is about movies. If these are the features, that is about education system. That comprehension is done by the ML algorithm in the coming system in the very near future. Once our algorithm is ready with that, now I could give the new document here. Just like how we are providing the learning with our kid, how we are giving the learning capability to the kid, maybe 0 standard, 1st standard, 2nd standard, 3rd, 4th, 5th standard, how we are able to provide the learning capability. First, you want to give the number identification, you want to give the character identification, then you want to tell you small additions, subtractions, multiplications, divisions from that. And once character recognition is done, you want to give the word recognition, sentence formation. So all these things are done in training. Once training is done, you are going to be test your kid how far learning is done. Like that, if you want to test your model, how the algorithm learned so far, that can be explored in the context of the prediction, where the new document is given for which tagging is not available. I could able to read the features and important features are identified from the pool of 100 features, I have taken only 20 features. From that, I could able to use the services of existing algorithm, machine learning algorithm, because if it is the document, it is politics. If it is the one that is sports, like that is learned from the combination of ML algorithm existing and the features extracted in the current context. I am going to be prepare the classifier model. That model can tell what is the class of the document which is newly taken. Might be the sports, because I have the keywords like the cricket at 2020, New Zealand versus India, and the series completed, and India defeat New Zealand with 3-0. These are the keywords extracted. Based on that, I can classifier model can determine this is the document belongs to sports. That is the one we are expecting at all the context and which we need to provide. So, what is the importance of NLP permissions? Naturally, we know language is for communication between two people, among the people. But what is the importance of NLP for machines? NLP for the machines is the branch of AI. Maybe the Siri, what you are using in the terms of Apple, that is going to be understand the speech initiated at the source, comprehending the speech and responding based on the content given, a query given, or the instruction given. If you take the Alexa could able to identify the voice, comprehend the voice, and responding by giving the suitable response. So it borrows from linguistics, right? The psycholinguistics are also part of that. With that, the cognition process happens, and the cognition system can be a number in terms of that make the computers learn our language rather than we learn grades. So what do you mean by that? Here, the machines are working for us. The machines are processing for us. The machines are doing the required task for us, and that outcome is appreciated and what exactly we need. Have the common query for that. So why NLP is required? That is for nowadays there are many platforms where the content format is the natural language processing. The content generated from natural language processing are the words, are the components which has to be processed. So to process all enormous, the huge amount of the data, we should have the great platform. That is called the machine required for NLP. It is the hallmark of human intelligence. It is where the text is the largest repository or corpus of human knowledge, and it is growing quickly because we have the exponential platform of generating the content. The content may not be in the text format. It can be in the speech format. It can be in the video format. It can be in the other stickers or numerical numbers. Irrespective of the content, multimedia, the media is the platform, the multi means various ways of representing the data. So irrespective of the source, we are having enormous data, the data to be processed. For that, I need the intelligent machine, just not only the computer. I need the intelligent system. That system should be equipped with NLP algorithm that can programs my understanding process and to give the suitable response to my query. You can ask the question that what are the different areas or the domains where the NLP plays the critical role. Listed, translation application, very experienced with Google Translator when you are looking for the meaning of unknown word. The fake news detection system to know what is the authentication of this news. Should I believe it or should I ignore it? Classifying the emails to say the spam and not spam. Just wait a second to download and to start from that. Just wait for 1 minute. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Now I am playing the slides from downloaded file. Okay. Other use case we have with NLP is the classifying the mails. So nowadays there are many sources for sending the mails, on which some of them are not associated with us, not interested for us. So still, because of open platform and the open area of the domain, anyone will access our mails and they are able to send them the content to us without interest. That is why we have the process to classifying them, and that should able to guide us to consider the mail which is important to you, if it is really. If it is not associated with us, we can ignore it. Then we have the concept of predicting the disease based on the symptoms. And here we have the form of the symptoms mentioned by the concerned diagnostic person or a doctor is that in the simple words of that. What is the symptom? It is the fever, it is the cold, it is the cough, it is the body pains. So based on these symptoms, I can say that you are suffering with this particular disease one, D1. So who will do that? Even the doctor will take the inputs of that, but ultimately we have the system to carry everything in a precise manner to process all these things and to tell you the proper diagnostic process and conclusion should be made. Then we have the system that to identify whether the processing is perfectly done or any errors are obtaining in the processing time. That can be saved as the error detection. So we have the system to identify them also. That can be done in terms of intelligent system that working on real time. Interactive voice response system. That interactive voice response system is the best example for our Google translation system, Alexa system, and other Google Maps engine. There I could able to deal with the voice response system. Then sentiment analysis. So there are various usage of sentiment analysis in which what type of post you are recommending, you are interesting, what type of product you are interesting, what type of music system you want to have, and what is the message you are supposing it or you are opposing it. That can be deal with the sentiment analysis system. Not only that, nowadays you want to use the mobile even while you are in driving or you are engaged with other tasks. You have the personal voice assistant that helps you to give the response to the concerned person when you are parallel with other tasks required. These are the few ideas or the context of use cases where NLP is broadly and frequently utilized. We have different components for processing of that NLP, that linguistic and language processing, steps of NLP, and methods required for that. Main components is we have the two great components in NLP, might be understood. That is called natural language understanding. So what speaker is focusing on, what speaker is telling on, that is called understanding. Sometimes apart from understanding capability, sometimes you need to generate the natural language. Normally, human beings are able to generate the language, but the same capability which I want to give it to the machine, but it is not so easy like understanding. Compared to understanding, generation is very typical and it needs to have the capability in great many contexts. That is like syntax processing, semantic processing, pragmatic analysis, discourse integration. These are the requisites of machine should have to generate the language. So how to understand the language, how to understand the content. Here, the language is not material. It is irrespective in the context, but the commonality objective of that is raw speech signal. what is the format of that, how the sequence of words are framed, how structure is taken, that is called how sentence is framed. Then what is the representation of meaning the sentence. So here, this is called frame, this is called syntax, where the grammar rules to be followed, the semantic, where the interpretation is done, and what is the insights of that sentence, insights of that content, that is called pragmatic analysis. So this is the difference between understanding and the generation. Understanding is the machine should extract what you are talking about, that is understanding. Generation means the machine should generate the content for us. That content should be prepared based on our requirement, and that should be submitted to the human being that could able to understand what you are talking about and what is the insights of that content you have generated. That is most important in coming applications where automatic text processing is required, right? The task of generating the natural language from a machine representation. And generation is the machine need to prepare the content and it will be delivered to the human being, where human being could able to extract the insights of generation done by you. And the sequence of steps associated in these components are morphological analysis, maybe words are phonology, syntactic analysis, where grammar rules to be followed. Ramu is a good boy, can be comprehended. Is boy Ramu? Or a boy a Ramu is, may not be in the proper structure to comprehend it. It's focus on grammatical rules to be followed. It is analyzed with syntactic analysis. Then semantic analysis. What is the meaning of that sentence frame? And discourse of the analysis tells you about what is the insight I should extract from it, what you are talking about, what you want to say. And what pragmatic analysis is, how it is required to me, what can use it to be, that can be defined as. These are the sequence of steps required while talking about natural language processing for any application. In this context of that, generation, the generation will mainly synthesis, is preparation. Generation means preparation of content, where the deep planning is required, what you want to say, and how you are preparing this context. Do you have the syntactic process with you? That understanding is much harder, and generation can be done in any form. How it can be generated? Maybe may not have syntactic capability, may not have semantic capability, may not have discourse integration, may not have the pragmatic analysis. You can speak whatever you want, but understanding that content may be structured, unstructured, planned, unplanned, having syntactic in nature, not having syntactic in nature. So all these are all some challenges of understanding the content where they are not prepared properly. So that linguistics and languages can be done. The sounds which refers a phonology, a word formation refers to morphology, sentence structure that's called grammatical rules. Ramu is a good boy. Ramu, the noun is subjective, is a connecting article. A is the article. A good adverb I'm telling. The adjective I'm telling. Again, a boy, a subject, or the noun in my context. That is called sentence structure refers to syntax. And when you are following the semantics in nature, it is the semantic analysis, and all these things are properly done. Now I am able to get the meaning of that particular one. Comprehension of that is properly done. That is the prerequisite to have any NLP processing for advanced applications. In this have steps of NLP, in which morphological system, words preparation, sentence preparation, and the meaning of the sentence, and which the insights have extracted, and those insights are properly received by me. That's pragmatic done. It's the context, I can say, lexical analysis. So if you are the faculty, you are familiar with formal languages automata theory or compiler design. These are the stages which you have familiar, and these can be mapped with this context. In compiler design also, we have different stages: lexical, syntax, semantics. may not have discourse and pragmatic. But the things that is called translator, compiler is the translator to translate the source into target representation. Source is unknown format and target is known format. For that, we have the translator. Like that, we have the translator to represent and to convert the natural language source format into the target format. So how morphological analysis is dealing with? That dealing with the morphology depicts analyzing, identifying, and description of the words, because words are building blocks for sentence. Sentence is the building block for paragraph. Paragraph is the building block for document. Document is the fuel for our ML algorithm, DL algorithm. The data is the fuel in ML and DL. AI, ML, DL are not new. They are popular right now. They are incepted in 1950, but at that time they are not recommended. They are not supported because lack of computing, lack of data, lack of support from society, lack of resources provided by the, and lack of association with the companies who are using it, who are able to develop the applications based on that. Because of progress in computation, progress in data, progress in support from various domains of society, now they are become popular, especially demand. If there is no demand, there is no meaning of producing the product. Now we have the demand. That is why these technologies are popular, but not new. Incepted. Turing built a system in the way of developing the system that has the AI in capability. That means the purpose of Turing is to foolish the interviewer by giving the efficient answers given by the intelligent person, given by the expert, given by the professor. At that time only these systems are developed, but not popular because of some obstacles like computational, data, support, and other resources. The syntax is telling about how it is formed, how our body is formed, because of various parts, various organs, properly structured, properly working. As a human body, I could able to do the things because of my components are properly structured, properly organized, and connected. That's why I'm working right now. I'm able to deliver the session to you. That is syntactic analysis. The phonetic analysis, nowadays, content may not be on text right now at all the time. Sometimes it can be a voice, but how voice is interpreted, how it can be extracted, how it can be comprehended, and how it can generate the content from that. The phonetic analysis is words from phonemes through the frequency of spectring. If I have the thing is the word, how it is framed, how the characters are associated and framed to prepare the word called thing. So what is the database for to understand? Once I have the syntax in that, how syntactics is done, it is called parsing. How I am understanding. If I am talking in the Telugu and you are the receiver, you don't know the Telugu, how you are able to get it? I have the syntax structure, translator. That is called conversion from source to target. That is one. You have top down and bottom up. When you start your journey from sentence and going down to the word, it is called top down approach. When you are starting from word and reaching to the sentence as a final one, it is called bottom up approach. That to follow the grammatical rules prepared, what is noun, what is article, what is connector, what is the determiner, what is the verb, what is the adjective, and what is the subjective of that. All these things are properly done based on syntactic analysis. Krishna ate the apple, having syntactic analysis. The apple ate Krishna. It is not properly done. Ate Krishna the apple. The Krishna ate apple is not properly done. So only the context syntactic analysis, Krishna ate the apple, is properly framed and it can be comprehended. So once it is done, I could able to get the meaning of that. It is semantic analysis. So in which I have to structure the created things, and by the syntactic analyzer, I could able to get the meaning of that. When I have meaning, I can get the insights. If I don't have the meaning, I can't get the insights of it. Example, proper meaning is required. Proper meaning from proper structure. Plant I have. If the plant is the word you have in the input, can I consider it as any power plant or any manufacturing plant, or I can say as a living organism? the rose plant or jasmine plant. How should I interpret it? That so here the interpretation is not associated with individual words. It is associated with neighboring words also. If you don't have the neighboring words, the interpretation is not suitable. It can be ambiguous. That is the most barrier in the NLP. So the sense of context is called discourse integration. The word it in the sentence, she wanted it. It depends upon the prior discourse. What is it here? What is it here? That comes from the previous sentence, that is called discourse. How this current sentence is followed by the previous sentence. And what is a pragmatic? It means abstracting or deriving the purpose of the context, the purpose of the sentence, purpose of the paragraph we have taken, or the purpose of the document you have taken. And final pragmatic analysis is about context of utterance. How we are pronouncing it, how we are delivering, how we are producing the word. It is the inform, it is the request, it is the promise, it is the criticism, or it is the appreciation, or it is the warning, or it is the instruction. What can I understood from that? It is called pragmatic. So Kusum eats apples. She likes them. So she mean here Kusum, them means apples. How could I say? Because it is the follower of the sentence, which is generally represented like Kusum eats apple, followed by she likes them. She in the sense Kusum and them means apples. That association is required. So in the general machine learning or artificial intelligence context, features can be individual. But here in NLP, features are not individual, they are associated. So if you want to have the generation of the language, there could be different steps to be followed. Syntax, semantic, discourse integration, pragmatic analysis are required to generate it. If that is the one done based on those steps, comprehension is possible. In the way of these, what we need, okay, I know NLP purpose, I have applications, and I identified the demand for that. But what is the platform that can be done for me? That is called techniques and methods. That is available in the form of machine learning. That machine learning have the platform that can have the capability of learning from experience. The learning procedures used during the machine learning, it automatically focus on what most common cases involve, where we can write the rules like if-then rules. If it is cloudy, if it is precipitated, humidity is there, so take the umbrella while going out, take the raincoat while going out, or better not to go as there is a possibility of heavy rain. That is called if-then rules. How it can be understood and how decision is made. The decision is made by the machine learning once rules are prepared. That is called knowledge base. What is the difference between natural language we are communicating? Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, Hindi, Gujarati, Marathi, etc. That is the language that can be possible communication between same people, same cadre, same region. But when you go for computer language, what is the requirement? How you can be versus with natural language? So ambiguity is the primary difference between natural language and computer language. So there are more ambiguity in the natural language compared to computer program. Computer program can be prepared with uniformity. Though it is not in structure, though it is not in understanding format, I have the translator to do that. So natural language will have the more ambiguity compared to computer programming. Formal programming languages are designed to be unambiguous. Formal. So what formal is, it is prepared. Rules are given. Grammatical instructions are given. Processing sequence is given. That is why it is formal. If it is the done, that is called a statistics environment. That is called a static environment. That is called the prior environment. If you have unprior, if you have dynamic, that unguided, unsupervised, that is difficult. Ambiguity is more with the unguided, unsupervised. Okay, so programming languages are designed for efficient parsing of things based on the grammatical rules to be followed. So here I have the techniques to process my input and it is associated with the training of the data properly, what you have with you, and processing them based on algorithm, and algorithm could gives the final output. Now I will start with the second part of the session is called text classification. So what is the need of classification? Means tagging. Simple meaning is classification means tagging. This is an apple, this is a banana, this is a pineapple, this is a mango. That is called tagging, classification. Spam mail, boy, girl, men, women, spam, not spam. That's called classification. So text classification is the process of assigning a labeled category. So spam mail, not spam. Here labeled is spam, not spam. Telling about product. It is a good product, you can buy. It is a bad product, don't buy. Positive, negative. Business article, I'm telling. I have the article. I want to know what type of article it is. Based on content I have read, it is the article related to accounting, article finance, article on economics, article on marketing. So that is about the tagging. Classification is simple tagging. Okay, you are giving a word for that. When you are giving number, that is called prediction. That is called regression. Temperature to 30 degrees. Student performance 78.3. Faculty performance 82.4. Humidity, precipitation 72 point. Rainfall 2.3 mm or cm, centimeter. That is called regression, prediction. When you are giving English word, any word, it is called classification. When you are giving the value, it is called prediction or regression. In this context, what is the role of machine learning for text classification? Because the machine has to learn from the given data. From learning capability, my machine has to classify the new text for which I am looking for. So programming rules based if-then rules, I'm telling. If it is cloudy, if it is precipitated, and then take the raincoat or take the umbrella or don't go out, like that. Okay. So for large data sets, the machine learning systems are very efficient because human cannot process the large data sets within the stipulated time. So I need the machines who could able to deal with the huge amount of the data and processing capability and give the output what we are exactly waiting for. So the machine learning is the great platform where the statistical techniques allowing to learn from the data, identifying the important patterns, and making the predictions based on the insights comprehend or understood without having the external program. So the machine learning can be supervised, it can be unsupervised, it can be both. When you have the trained data, it is supervised. When you don't have the trained data, that is unsupervised. When you have combination, it is called semi-supervised. Labeled data, when you are working on labeled data, supervised. When you are working on unlabeled data, unsupervised, their clustering is possible. Similarity, based on similarity clustering, unsupervised learning is done. When you have the data in which some data is labeled, rest of them is unlabeled, it is called semi-supervised. So here, when you have the labeled data, so your algorithm is trained on that. Once it is trained, you are going to be predict the label for the new data. It is called supervised. Predictive model is developed based on labeled data. When predictive model is developed based on the unlabeled data, it is learned based on pattern, similarity. Pattern, similarity are the important words that is called unsupervised. So when you have labeled, I go for supervised. When you have unlabeled, I go for unsupervised. For example, it is you have the labeled data where you are saying if this is the article having cricket, basketball, football, player, score, result, that is called sports. Entertainment, hero, heroine, movie, releasing date, review, cast, budget for entertainment. When you have some assembly meeting, parliament meeting, some arguments done, and there are some bills passed in the season, that is called politics. When these labels are there, that is supervised. When labels are not there, based on patterns, insights, if it is learning based on clusters, that is called unsupervised. So importance of labeled data supervised is where the training is faster, learning simple, and decision making is more precise. For that purpose, we need to have the supervised learning. If we don't have labeled data, though we will work with unlabeled data, the outcome can be generated, but outcome may not be efficient as with the trained data. But based on iterations, number of iterations and practices done, we can improve our performance, though we are working on unlabeled data. Example, I have training data, testing data, labeled data. Okay, I have 10 documents. 8 documents are labeled, right? Remaining 2 documents, I want to use it for testing data. You begin with dividing the label into, now I have the label data that is given to machine learning algorithm from which my algorithm can learn. Now once algorithm is ready for taking the new sample, I will give the testing data, right? That data is submitted as input to the predictive model, and I am asking what is the label for that new testing data document. If it is telling this is sports document or politics document or entertainment document, for which already I have the label, I will compare outcome from predictive model with known tag. If that is correct, okay, your predictive model have done the good job. Like that, I have 2 test cases. 2 are properly given, perfectly predicted. So my accuracy is 100. 1 only correct, second is wrong, 50%. If I have 10 testing samples like that, 7 are properly done, 3 are not properly done, that is called 70% accuracy. Right? So that is the way in which the supervised learning taking place. Right? In the way, here comparison is done. The test results I got is, yes, this is entertainment document. Already have the label. I compare, it is properly done, it is accepted. If my predictive model is telling it is entertainment, but actually that document is related to sports. If that mismatch is done, my machine learning algorithm need to be refined by giving the more training based on what are the features I have extracted from these test cases, whose features are not considered earlier, and that iteration is required to improve the learning of existing algorithm. Once it is done, that can improve with the learning, and in further the decisions can be more accurate. Right? So this is the way I have taken the articles. Based on classifier, tell politics, sports, and entertainment. How these are generated? Because my predictive model is prepared and that is able to generate the tags for them. How you can perform your model, which is done. I told you that the accuracy is the ratio between number of correct predictions by total number of predictions. So 7 correct done, total is 10. So 7 out of 10, 7 by 10, it is 70%. In this one, if you want to say the precision and recall, there you could have the 2 positive plus 2 negative. So what you are telling positive, that is truly positive, that is true positive. What you are telling negative is truly negative, that is called true negative. Whenever opposite happens, this is positive, but you are telling negative, it is called false positive. Right? You are telling positive, but it is not positive, that is false positive. You are telling negative, actually it is positive, that is called false negative. When you are working on precision and recall, precision telling about the performance in terms of positive prediction, it is precision. Okay? Total accuracy is determined in terms of precision. So the true positive divides with true positive plus false positive, it is called precision. Preciseness in the prediction of the positive symptoms. Right? For example, COVID test. So 10 cases are tested. Out of 10, 1 is positive. Your model is also telling 1 is positive, remaining are negative. So your precision is 100%. Precision is 100%. Okay. So using naive-based algorithm, we can go for the text classification. There will be multiple supervised, unsupervised learning algorithms to conduct text classification. As we don't have the sufficient time to discuss about all the methods in the given 1.5 hour time. I have taken one supervised learning algorithm titled naive-based algorithm to focus on the text classification. With the uses of naive-based classification, we are going to be discuss about the text classification. It's a prerequirement to take the decisions on many natural language processing applications. This one uses the multi-naive-based algorithm. These algorithms have the potentiality you could use it for text classification. These have a great association with the Bayes theorem. You might be having the idea on the Bayes theorem. It is telling the probability of event A with the given event B, right? How it is defined as? That is defined as the ratio between the probability of event B for the given event A with the probability of B. So what is that? What do you mean by the probability of A given to B? That means whenever event B happens, what is the possibility of or probability to define it as, to conclude it as A on the given context B? On the event happened B, what is the probability to have this particular, right? So that is defined as, normally here the Bayes theorem is telling about the independent of the naive-based algorithm works based on Bayes theorem of conditional probability. If B happens, what is the probability to define as A? If not happened B, then how the probability you are concluding for the decision making process. So it is applied with the assumption there is independence between features. So there are two features, A and B. There are two events, A and B. If event A happens, what is the probability to conclude? If the event B happens, for example, rain comes, B the event here, rain comes, the game is cancelled. The rain doesn't comes, so the game is conducted. That is called. So rain comes and game is conducted, not conducted. Then the rain doesn't comes, the rain is conducted. The game is conducted according to the schedule. So here there will be some things, some event and conclusions may be independent, but in the way of text classification, it is not independent, it is dependent. Because if you want to comprehend a text content, you have to be consider all words of the sentence, and those words are closely associated. They are not isolated, and their words in the given sentence is closely associated, and all of them need to be considered to comprehend properly. So the naive-based algorithm is telling about the consideration of components and importance of them, and how you consider them as the feature set, that is called bag of words. For example, Krishna ate the apple. Krishna ate the apple. What are the words that are the part of the sentence? What you are comprehending from that? And what are the important keywords? Krishna ate the apple. So Krishna ate apple. That the most prominent keywords. Krishna apple are the nouns, are the subjective in the nature compared to ate and the. They are called bag of words. They are not independent in nature. They are associated to form the sentence, and the entire sentence to be considered to comprehend it. For example, I have the documents. Document 1 having sentence fall off meeting. Document 2 having free cash and get money. Third document, money, money, money. Fourth document, dinner plans. Fifth one, get cash now. So based on this particular document content, I want to label, I want to classify. Whenever fall off meeting, it not is spam, so not spam. There are nowadays many cyber issues, cyber attacks through different platforms, through mail, through phone, and other aspects of social media. There are many posts. You can get free cash, get money on this. You have the offer on this. You can have money earning possibilities. There are many things, but maximum are they're related to spam. So when you have the words like that, we can say that is labeled as spam. So I have 5 documents. Based on processing we have done, out of 5, 2 are not spam, 3 are spam. So this is the data I have. This is the labeled one. So now I am working on supervised learning because I have the label. If these are the words, the label is not spam. If these are the words, this is labeled as, so that is why trained one, supervised learning. Now I have the question. I have the 6th document, comprises 3 words, get money now. I have to conclude whether it is spam or not spam. How to tell this particular conclusion? That conclusion requires processing steps like that. Spam or not spam. There are 3 important words. Here I could apply naive-based algorithm that calculate the probability to become spam document or to become not spam document. It is based on the results of training data. I have training data comprises 5 labels for 5 documents. Based on that, I could say that document 6 is spam because what are the words present in the 6th document? It is present in the documents which are labeled as spam. Based on that common sense reasoning, I can say doc 6 is also spam, but I need the proof. I need the proof with the statistics. I need the proof with the processing that is done with the help of Bayes theorem. That Bayes theorem is going to be tells you, if you want to conclude this, what is the probability? What are the steps you have considered? On what if then rules you are telling the conclusion, right? So prior probability for that is document is not spam, 2 is spam, 3 is spam, 4 is not spam, 5. So what is the prior probability to become spam for the new document? What is the probability to become not spam? That is, as I have 5, out of which 3 are spam, so the probability to become spam is 3 by 5 is 0.6. Based on not spam count 2 by 5, the 0.4 is the count to become not spam. So probability, maximum is 1, minimum is 0, right? The addition of true and not true is always right? So here to become spam is 0.6, to become not spam is 0.4, 0.6 is higher than 0.4. Then how naive-based classification is used to tell whether the 6th document is spam or not spam? So in the context, I'm working on a spam. So if this is the event, and what is the probability to be labeled as spam? What if this is the content, what is the probability to labeled as not spam? So here in new document, I have the keywords get money now. Get money now with the event spam is multiplied with the probability to become spam. That divides with the document content given, that get money now. So based on prior probability, 0.6 for spam, 0.4 for not spam. Now come to the next step. As division is same, a divisor is same to all two inputs, x by z, y by z, I can ignore z. I can ignore the z. So what is the statistics I should consider here? It is to become spam, there is a 0.6 probability. To become not spam, there is a 0.4 probability. Okay, so there I can start with the recall the feature of that. What is that? I have the 3 words in the new document to be labeled. They are get money now. I should get the probability for get. I should get the probability for money. I should get the probability for now. So for that, what should I do is, these are the words present in all documents. All documents. Now documents are trained and considered. So here, follow-up is 1 time appeared, meeting is 1 time appeared, dinner is 1 time appeared, plans is 1 time appeared in not spam document. In spam document, free is appeared for once, cash for twice, money for 4, and get for 2. Okay, and now for 1. So 4 words present in not spam and 9 words present in spam. Then how could I calculate the probability for that? Each of one. So total words 4 and occurrence, follow-up occurrence is 1. That is why 1 by 4 is the occurrence for follow-up. For meeting 1 by 4. For remaining 4, immediate 3, it is 0. dinner as it is occurred for 1 by 4. So we combine all these, it will come 1. That is the probability. So the poll of the word having 0.25 probability to become not spam. Like that I did for spam also. 0.44 probability whenever the money is the word present in the document to become spam 1. 0.22 is the probability whenever the cash is the word present in the document and the document labeled as spam. Right? So there are 4 words, there are 9 words. There are some words whose contribution is nil, but I should consider them to conclude the label for the new document. For that, what I'm doing is I'm going to be consider the normalization of the data. That normalization of the data is required to consider every word present in the training data whose weight is to be considered to determine the new document class, to conclude the label for the new document. For that purpose, I'm adding ones to all of them to give the weightage. If the weightage of the word is in the document is 0, is nullified. When it is nullified, the contribution is not considered and determination may not be done precisely. That is why I have added normalization process. So as I have 9 documents in the training data, 1 is added to each one, that become 4 plus 9, 13. With the same 9 is added to the spam one, where I have 9 words in the spam mail, 9 plus 9 become 18. So 13 by here, I have the 4 plus 9, 13 by 13, so not greater than 1, 18 by 18, not always, the division will never be greater than 1. Normalization. Uniform addition doesn't change any feature aspect. Now, based on that particular context, 4 plus 9 become 13. Now, I want to see the prior probability of each word in the trained data, 2 by 13, 2 by 13, because 2 times appeared in the not spam document. Like that, I got probability. So what is the comprehension I can make here? Whenever the prior probability 0 are replaced with some minimum probability to take the decision for the new text document. For that purpose, we have normalized it. Simple. For normalization, what I have done is the 1 is added because whose contribution is required. It cannot be ignored. For that purpose, I have considered them by adding the value in the process of normalization. Once this is done, I'm going to be calculate the probability to become spam and probability to become not spam based on naive-based classification. So based on this particular algorithm, P of AB is equals to P of B with A multiplied with P of B divides with to become P of A. With that concern, I have calculated the probability to become spam is 0.0031. This is the probability to become 0.167. How you got it? Here. To get get 167. Here. P of money, that is here. P of now, the P of now is 111 to become spam. When I am calculating not spam, I have to calculate now probability here, get probability here. Okay, like that, the probability to become spam is 0.0031. Probability to become not spam is 0.0002. So compared to this probability is higher, so that I can say that document is a spam document. See, what is the probability I have obtained? Based on this value is higher compared to not spam. Okay, so what is the important feature you have considered here? That is sender's address, IP address of the system from which you have received the document, use of capitalization, specific phrases, and whether or not the text contains any links. That these are the important features which we have to consider along with the content of the document. Based on that, we can say it is the most important features I could consider for text classification is term frequency. How many number of times the term is present in the document? It is called term frequency. The term frequency is multiplied with the idea of inverse documents. The total will be considered the 1, the probability to consider whether it is the spam or it is the not spam. That you can determine like that. So in order to do all these things, there are many obstacles, barriers in front of us. They are called challenges. part of speech tagging, text segmentation, word sense disambiguity. Means I told plant means what? Living organism or manufacturing plant or power plant. Syntax ambiguity. I become poor for every smart response given by you. What do you mean by that? I become poor for every smart response received by you. What do you mean by that? Means for every smart answer you are giving some amount to the responder, because of that you become poor. But once by giving all your amount to him or amount to her, what do you mean by that? That is called syntax ambiguity. Imperfect or irregular input may not be same, may be unstructured. The platform on which you are now is unstructured. It's not familiar. So because of these obstacles, nowadays many challenges faced by natural language processing. So because of these challenges, there are many challenging issues which makes natural language processing difficult, not impossible. It make a little bit difficult. The great prominent applications of common examples we can do it. These are the examples: filtering of email, virtual assistant, voice assistant, or smart assistant, which we are getting nowadays either in personal life or professional life. Online search engines will very familiar. Even kids are used to familiar with this platform because of NLP progression, NLP enrichment, predictive text and auto corrections. That's why mail responses based on mail content, subject content, we got able to respond dynamically. Starting of customer feedback by the e-commerce applications, e-commerce website. That is why based on this feedback, they are going to be sent alert message based on your history, based on your previous shopping. Automating processing in customer support system. Chatbots, which we want to assign 365 days, 24/7, where virtual assistance is available, where human being is not to be there for 24/7 by 365. In all organizations, chatbots are available. Automatic summarization of the content, extraction of the importance of the content, machine translation, and natural language generation for us. All these are all great many applications which are possible. So there are many domains where NLP is prominently required. That I can tell you. So here conclusions are: NLP is taking the help of machine learning when the size is manageable, data set is manageable. If it is unmanageable, we need the deep learning, and these are need to be required to build the intelligent system called auto AI system that could able to understand the huge amount of the text and can give the inputs and outcome based precision recalling, a decision making in a very effective manner. That one we are expecting, and it is possible because of enrichment in the NLP stages. Thank you for your patience listening. Now I'm ready to take the queries from you all. In the following session, we could able to provide other resources like data sets available and resources which are helpful to get the insights of NLP. Research problems available and the scope of ML algorithms for NLP can be explored in the coming sessions. Thank you all for your patience listening.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing your great knowledge with us, sir. Thank you once again, Dr. D. Srinivas Rao, sir. Participants, if you have any queries, you can. Otherwise, we'll start the next session. Anybody have the queries?
Any queries?
Sir, Srinivas, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, in NLPs, apart from the data mining, can we take another data sets for transformation purpose?
Could you repeat the question again, sir? What is your objective?
Sir, by using your NLPs, any type of the data sets can we take for the transformations?
Oh yeah, yes sir, yes sir. You can take any data, sir. If it is the structured data, the processing time taken and the outcome of the processing will be very precise. we can work out with unstructured data also. But as part of pre-processing unstructured data, we can make them as a convenient to our process. For example, sir, we are working on RDBMS. Normally,
Yes, sir.
we are expecting the data in terms of tables.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that's the way we have to expecting to prepare the data according to our process and the platform.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.